Hello, I'm Dr. Todd Lee, creator of the Valhalla Lab supplement line. Today I'm going to discuss with you some biochemistry theory. Because the products are dietary supplements and nutraceuticals, not pharmaceuticals, I cannot make claims. I hope you enjoy my conclusions. Anabolic window. You've all heard of it, and it is quite controversial. And a lot of it is a conflict between the wisdom of people who do it the actual sport versus the data that scientists who are not bodybuilders have collected on non-bodybuilders. So the big controversy is about the anabolic window. The anabolic window, for those who don't know, is a window of time post-workout that you must get food in, otherwise the workout itself was more harmful than helpful. That in other words, if you don't eat during your anabolic window, the belief is that you might as well have not worked out at all, or it's even worse that you worked out than if you didn't work out at all. That isn't relevant to me to disprove that, because it's so preposterous that you wouldn't eat in that time frame, considering that there is arguably between a 2 to 6 hour post-training anabolic window that's influenced by a number of factors. Let's say you woke up, you're in a deficit state, you've been dieting, you go to the gym on an empty stomach, work out for 3 hours, and you don't eat any time afterward for another 6 hours, in that extremely unlikely event, then yes, you're probably going to burn muscle. Likewise, most bodybuilders are eating every 2 hours if they're trying to grow, so it's impossible to go more than 2 hours post-training without eating. The purpose and concept behind this is that when you lift weights, you break down tissue. And that without having carbohydrates post-workout, you don't have any insulin, so the insulin doesn't inhibit muscle catabolism. In other words, your body's breaking down muscle tissue to generate carbohydrates because you've depleted all your body's carbohydrates. So even though you worked out and broke down tissue when you're working out, you have to pay to repair your body, and your body's actually eating other muscles you didn't train that day to repair the muscles you trained that day, because you didn't have any carbs. There was no insulin to stop catabolism. Likewise, the point of lifting is to stimulate new muscle growth, not just to work out just to work out. You're not getting paid to work out, it's not a job. So therefore, you're supposed to have protein in the form of leucine. Leucine will activate the mTOR pathway, and that mTOR pathway initiates muscle protein synthesis. Usually 2.5 grams of leucine on 3 to 4 feedings a day will stimulate muscle protein synthesis. That being said, having 8 ounces or 6 ounces of chicken, breast or cod, and a cup of rice within an hour or two of working out will result in you stopping the muscle from dying and you start the muscle growing. Now, there's an easier way of going about this. If you have essential amino acids or carbs mid-workout, you can extend that anabolic window to 6 hours, no problem. But stopping the muscle from being broken down in the first place means it's not going to continue to break down afterward. Initiating muscle protein synthesis while you're training means you don't have to initiate again for 4 hours after you train. So a lot of people have switched to intra-workout drinks. However, intra-workout drinks are often not that good because they're just sugar. So it doesn't apply to people who are cutting. So then people who are cutting aren't using them. So what I did is I invented Battle Meat. Battle Meat is a 2-part system. It is an intra and a post. Mid-workout, post-workout. The idea is the mid-workout will sensitize your muscle tissue to carbohydrates so that you don't need as much insulin to get the same effect. That insulin stimulates the GLUT4 transporter, and if you can cause an amplification of GLUT4 transporter without insulin, your body doesn't need as much insulin, so you don't need as much carb to get the same job done. Therefore, Battle Meat intra is critical, and post to stop the catabolism and to initiate the muscle protein synthesis. We've got carbohydrates that are perfect for that job, glucose disposal agents to make sure they get to where they're supposed to go, and we have leucine to start the mTOR pathway. So that covers it. If you want to obliterate the need to concern yourself with the anabolic window, simply use Battle Meat. It's useful for a plethora of other things. This is just one of them. You don't have to worry about eating chicken and rice within 90 minutes of lifting, because a lot of times you're still throwing up from lunch for an hour after. lifting legs, and you don't want to eat for 6 hours. Thank you. I am Dr. Todd Lee, IFBB Pro, and founder of Valhalla Lab and formulator of all the Valhalla Lab products.